Hello, my name is Sung Kim, and today I will show the relation of climate to earthquakes and volcanoes. Actually, this topic is lesser known, so it's hard to find pictures, and some of pictures are drawn by me, so I apologize that. Do you know the butterfly effect?
Yes.
Yes. It means small change like butterfly flapping can cause big change like tornado. Like this effect. Small climate change like change of 10 centimeters sea level or change of 1 Celsius temperature can cause big crustal movement like volcano and earthquakes. So, let's see how climate change could cause volcanoes and earthquakes. These are climate change, El Nino and change of rainfall and melting glacier. First, let's find how El Nino causes earthquakes. El Nino is a warming of the eastern tropical Pacific occurring every few years, which alters the weather pattern of the tropics, and it raises the local sea level by tens of centimeters. Yeah, I draw myself. And this extra water weight increases the pressure of fluids, so the rock beneath the seabed can be easier to slip, and when they are bumped, it causes earthquakes. And second, let's see change of rainfall. Climate change, especially global warming, causes change of rainfall. It brings heavy rainfall like tornado and thunderstorms. Surprisingly, this phenomenon triggers volcanic eruption. In 2001, the cause of a major eruption in the Caribbean island was collapsing of the stabilized volcano's dome. If volcano's dome collapses, magma can unleash so it becomes the volcano. And the main cause of the collapse was heavy rainfall. It happens like this way. It is destabilized volcano's domes, and when heavy rainfall comes, it collapses volcano's dome. And magma can unleash, so it becomes volcano. Last, melting glacier can also cause volcano. Nowadays, melting glaciers are a big problem. It happens because of global warming, and melting glacier not only change sea level but also change pressure of layer, and it causes volcanoes. Oh my god. When glaciers are melted, pressure of layer under the glacier goes lower, and it makes layer easy to melt because it needs little energy because of pressure, and then layer turns to magma easily. So melting glacier also can be the cause of volcano. As you can see, small climate change causes big earth movement. To prevent this earth rampage, first thing we have to do is prevent climate change. There are many ways to prevent climate change. For example, use renewable energy like solar power or wind power can be the solution. But we have to keep in mind that small actions like walking, turning off the light are the first step to help over Earth's health. And I think it's another view of butterfly effect. And thank you for listening.
Okay. Hi, good afternoon.
Hi.
Okay, let me have a presentation sea level rise to you. And my name is Lee Ji-hyun. Do you know where it is?
Japan.
No, this is the Maldives. The Maldives is very famous for vacation, especially for honeymoon. However, we don't have enough time to appreciate it according to scientific investigation. Why? What is the problem? Because of sea level. The sea level is rising steadily. According to most cities, by 2100, 160 centimeters of the sea level will rise. Average above sea level of the Maldives is under 100 centimeters. 8% of the land is under 100 centimeters. There are lots of examples of the similarly dangerous situation, such as low-lying coastal regions in developing countries like Bangladesh, Vietnam, India, Indonesia, and the Philippines. Especially China have a very large population living in at-risk coastal areas such as deltas, where river systems enter the ocean. Scientists have warned that disfigured people will lose their habitats. This is Korea. Study expects that 4.1% of Korea territory will be overwashed by 2100. Habitats also same. 5% of the Korea habitats will be overwashed by 2100. Then, what is there are very serious damages. Destruction of ecosystem, destruction of sightseeing industry, destruction of industrial estate. Also, there are increased risks of environmental refuges, flooding and storm surges, the threat of extinction for polar bears, seals, and some breeds of penguins, and the danger of losing freshwater supplies. Real men can't live under the water, and we should have a responsibility to save the earth for the descendants. Even a small increase can cause very devastating effects on coastal habitats. It's time to cut greenhouse gas emissions. Thank you.
Yeah. Hello everyone. The topic we want to cover is the relationship of diet to global warming. Okay, did you have a lunch? And is there anyone who go out of school taking on runs? Yeah, I have a lunch at the Loving Hut in Sinchon. Yeah, Loving Hut is special restaurant for vegan. Did you ever seen the Loving Hut? Is there anybody know? No, yeah. This is the menu, like this. Their motto is for environment by reducing greenhouse gases to prevent global warming. Then how? How can we do that? By eating only vegetables. Then there are a lot of these types of restaurants in the world. Why? What is the aim? Because of the global warming and greenhouse effect. The greenhouse effect means atmosphere absorbs and retains heat by using greenhouse gases. Then, in the perspective of the ecosystem, this greenhouse effect is catastrophe. Most people think carbon dioxide is the only one significant and important factor of global warming. But we can see that. Is this or that? Look at the graph, then we can see that carbon dioxide, and there is another factor, CH4 and N2O. And this shows that methane very drastically increases. Oh. I'm sorry. Then we can show that this is the important part of CH4, the methane. What is the CH4 equal methane? Methane is the second most prevalent greenhouse gas emitted in the United States from human activities. Methane's lifetime in the atmosphere is much shorter than carbon dioxide, but CH4 is much more efficient at trapping radiation than CO2. Pound for pound, the comparative impact of CH4 on climate change is over 20 times greater than CO2 over a 100-year period. Then there is one question: why vegetarians don't eat meat? to protect environment as one reason. Animal and methane have a great relationship. The cause of methane consists of natural gas and petrol system, enteric fermentation, and so on. But in this graph, what we should focus on is this factor. First, domestic livestock's digestive process. And second, animals' manure is stored and managed. And this produce the carbon emissions like CH4 and so on. Ultimate cause is that humans raise animals for food. So the emissions are considered human-related. In this situation, there are some efforts to prevent global warming, like this, using diet. Vegan, lacto-vegetarian, lacto-ovo-vegetarian, pesco-vegetarian, polo-vegetarian, semi-vegetarian, beginner, and there's a lot of things. Yes, then I give you a chance to ask the meaning of the words that you don't know you don't know to reduce time consuming. So is there anything you don't know?
Polo.
Polo? Polo, okay. Polo. Polo. Yes. Polo eats milk, eggs, fishes, and only chicken. I think that is their relationship with Polo grata. Yes. Yes. And there's another thing. Pasco. Yeah. Pasco doesn't eat meat, but eat dairy products and seafoods. Yes. Lacto. Lacto eats dairy products such as milk, cheese, and lacto-ovo plus alpha eggs, animals' eggs. Yes. Is there anything? Okay. Finally, I make this slogan for this class. When you eat meat, take a chance to think about global warming. Thank you.
Hi everyone. Hi. My name is Joohwan Kim, and what I want to talk about is GMO. First, we will talk about the definition, the use, and the risk and benefits, and finally, the relationship between climate change and GMO. What is GMO? GMO is an abbreviation of genetically modified organism. GMO is an organism whose genetic material has been altered using genetic engineering. Organisms that have been genetically modified include microorganisms such as bacteria, yeast, plants, fish, and mammals. GMOs are used in biological research, production of drugs, experimental medicine, and agriculture. 45% of corn, 76% of cotton plants, and 85% of soybean are made using GMO. People use GMO a lot, especially in food industry. The food that are produced using GMO are called GMF, genetically modified food. Using GMO in food industry, people could achieve the expansion of food production, improvement of nutrition contents, tolerance of damage by disease and insects. And GMO also have the benefit part that has economic feasibility too. However, GMO also has lots of problems. It can make unexpected results. For example, chickens without features, as you can see in the picture, turned out to be unusually vulnerable to mosquito attacks, parasites, and disease. They also have difficulty in mating. GMF has scientific and biological incompetence too. The risk of GMO can be summarized into 4 sentences. First, organisms that we want to kill may become invincible. Second, organisms that we don't have to kill may be killed inadvertently. Third, genetically modified crops are not tested or regulated inadequately, and GMF can make gene diversity disappear. Is it a proper alternative to climate change and food crisis? People who have positive thought about GMO said that GMF is the most proper way of solving world climate change and food crisis problem. GMF food have both benefit and risk, and we don't know about GMO perfectly, so we can make sure answer to this question. That is, it could be if it is done right, and it could also be a very bad idea if it's done wrong. Thank you for listening.